everybody, welcome back to the United Show. We're finally back. Summer's over, lads. Time for a bit of football back again for the Premier League. So obviously,
Summer's not over.
this is the first episode.
I feel like this still July.
Okay, like it's 2 weeks, Matthew, right? Look here. Like,
So then you have August.
August
is summer.
Neither you.
August
okay,
is summer as well.
Alright, we're back. And most importantly, that. So we're joined with Niall, Dom, Matthew, and potentially two others. They're just running a bit late, but don't worry. They'll happily join in. So how was your summer, lads?
Yeah. There was a manager who, I'm going to say this, right? You lot threw fireworks into Ed Woodward's house because he didn't sign you a player. Where is that same energy for Southgate? Why has he not got fireworks in his house? That's all I'm saying.
The first final of like 50 years.
I don't give a fuck. You tell me that we shouldn't have got to that final. Exactly. Fuck off. Germany is shit.
It's good that some people got some laughs. All right, we'll talk about United. Obviously, this is the United show, and like I said, hope you're all doing well, lads. So,
yeah, my summer was brilliant. RJ, cheers for asking, mate.
It was an all-round conversation. You could have put in.
Cheers, RJ. No. Don't worry, carry on.
This show has been around. It's been on for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's already descended in chaos. welcome to the United show, guys. This is just normal.
To be fair, when you make an England joke, all the England fans do get a bit upset. Anyway, moving on swiftly. We're going to speak about probably the biggest transfer saga of all time. Jadon Sancho finally to Manchester United, and he's announced as the number 25. So, first and foremost, we'll start with Dom, since you wanted to speak a bit. Opinions on this transfer saga. Finally, it's over. Give us your thoughts, will you?
I don't know what was longer. I was trying to sign Sancho or the COVID lockdown.
It actually was a lot.
I'm just happy that it's over. I'm just happy that we signed him finally.
Yeah.
And we don't have to see Fabrizio trying to do tap-ins now every 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's lied to us multiple times about Sancho. I'm surprised he's not lying about Varane either, to be honest. But that's happening. But Sancho 25, weird. And he is going to tear up the league, and I can promise everyone else that. Stick 10 grand on it. Sancho 15 goals and 20 assists this season. And I promise you.
Have you got the 10 grand for me to put on the bet? I definitely don't have. I can look under my bed, but I definitely don't have 10 grand under there.
Usually you'd be a 5-man having 10 grand in your hand anyway. Matthew, opinions on the Jadon Sancho's transfer saga finally over?
Same as him, but it's just 25 a bit weird. Should have been 7, but yeah, good signing, but took long enough. So it took the excitement out of it. The fact it took so long, to be fair, but Varane's more exciting to me at the minute.
Okay, yeah, we will get on to him eventually. Okay, Niall, opinions on it from a somewhat rival perspective.
I love Sancho.
I know you prefer the show.
I do love Sancho. The things he can do with a ball at his age is incredible. And you know what, United people should genuinely be afraid of United, because with Sancho, Greenwood, and Rashford, and don't forget you're gonna have fully fit Rashford by October. I mean, Jesus, like that is you're potentially looking at the United front three for the next 10 years. How does that not scare people? I mean, if Sancho's winning shit at United, he ain't gonna want to leave, is he? Rashford is not the type of player to ever want to leave United. He is a mank, and Greenwood is not going to leave unless you bring in Haaland and he tells Ollie a fuck off and ends up going to City.
Fair.
And to be fair, you couldn't take the number 20. He had to go for number 25 because what's 2 add 5? 7, and you couldn't take the 7 away from Cavani, could you? That would just be fucking well rude.
Cavani could put him on 9 and then Martial back to like 25.
Well, no, I do agree. You could have sent. Didn't Bezos go up to space, you could just send Martial with him.
Martial's class.
Fuck off, is he class? Like, fuck off, he's not class. But no, you could have sent Martial into space and given Cavani number 9, I suppose. Or sell Martial, one or two.
No, don't sell Martial. You have to start for 4 months because Rashford's out for 4 months.
Fuck off. You play Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, fucking Cavani up top.
No, we play Sancho on the
right. If Sancho can't play on the left, like let's say you need Cavani's, I don't know, having a Horlicks because he's a bit old, then you play fucking Dan James above Martial.
I think his Horlicks.
Did you see Dan James over Martial?
Horlicks.
I can report that Martial is injured. He's not back at training. He will not be.
Or injured, or faking an injury, or cheating on his girlfriend. One or two.
Oh my God. Okay.
Anyway,
let's be real. You'd probably pick Dan James over Martial because at least Dan James would smile whilst playing football. At least Dan James, and to be fair, at least Dan James will run. And he'll look like he's having a good time. Instead, and let's be fair, Martial will be walking around like someone's just like shagged his wife in front of him, which should be no surprise because he's cheated on her multiple times.
Oh my God, stop now, please, for the love of Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, look. So,
fucking hell, Dom. He was born in a barn.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, Dylan is not happy with me now.
I mean, look, Martial is injured, lad, so realistically we can't start him. Plus, we are playing Leeds at the start of the season. Dan James will love to have that, so that'd be a bit of fun for him, I guess. So we'll move on to our next.
Hold on, didn't you play Leeds at Ellen Road and only drew 0-0?
Yeah, but that was
every top 6 side.
Yeah, we were just being nice to them. You know what I mean? Give them points.
It's because Bielsa knew he can against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer go all guns blazing because they left space. And what does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer love in a tactical battle? Plenty of fucking space. He loves to run it. He loves a long ball over the top to a Dan James. Mm-hmm. Go on, Danny boy, run onto it. Absolutely right. There's 2 games that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets a full-blown erection for. One is Man City, the other one is Leeds United. Absolutely loves them. I bet you he has wet dreams over them games. They're easy for him because there's plenty of space in behind, plenty of running. Absolutely loves it.
We're going invincible.
These two are not going to get along right now. This show, I'll tell you that for a fact.
We are going to. Tell me or not. What can we listen to?
Okay, listen. We'll get on to that, Matthew. We'll get on to that. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Varane, Raphael Varane, World Cup winner, 4-time UCL winner. He's now at the club. He's now going to be teaming up with Slabhead in our.
Don't worry, I demolished that before the show. I demolished the Burger King before the show, Valve. Don't worry.
All right, so Dom, speak to us about Mr. Varane, Raphael Varane, to Manchester United.
He's tall. Sorry,
Jesus. One way to fucking notice the obvious, like Jesus.
Is he any better than Phil Jones, realistically?
Oh, right, I'm off.
You put that in the fucking group.
Right, number 4 shit, I'm gonna cry. Because I was 36 or some shit. I can't be honestly that.
Phil Jones should just give him the number 4 out of the kindness of his non-existent legs.
I mean,
right, it's a big upgrade for United and Varane. It's a massive upgrade. He's got experience. Fergie said it: defense win your titles, attack win your games, and hopefully it's the season where our defense does win us a title.
Fergie also said that Phil Jones will be our best player ever.
Hey, to be fair, you'll love this. Phil Jones stopped Fergie from buying Varane. Not even joking.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Remember when Fergie was going to get Varane for 8.5 million?
Yeah.
And there was a young Phil Jones coming through the Blackburn.
Blackburn, yeah.
Team. And you spent 14 million on Phil Jones.
Bargain.
Hey, even the best got the even the best got it wrong some days. Like Fergie was not immune to it.
So Matthew,
but nah, he's also really quick, isn't he? He's really fucking quick. What does Slabhead not have?
Yeah,
obviously. The thing is, when you're looking at centre backs, you want them to complement. So what does Slabhead not have? Pace. What does Varane not have? Well, not a lot actually. He's quite the complete centre back. But you know, they're both really good aerially, so that's going to hopefully sort United set pieces out. You'd hope. Yeah. And for example, it means you only have to play with one DM, which means bye-bye McFred, which I'm sure you're delighted about.
I do want McSauce starting every weekend. No, listen. But Matthew, explain. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Jesus. Matthew, speak to us about Raphael Varane. How does it make you feel that he's finally a United player?
When you see other teams like spending over way more than us on Ben White, you do feel a bit privileged to get Varane for so cheap, to be fair. When some teams are spending 50 million on average centre backs.
No, get right. They're spending 50 million pounds on Rob Holding's twin brother.
Yeah.
Go check out the Ben White thing. We actually looked statistically, they are the exact same player. So congratulations, Arsenal. United are buying Varane for was it 37 million you got him for, or 43?
42, I believe.
Oh, I'm guessing with add-ons,
Yeah, add-ons will go
whereas Arsenal are spending 50 million pounds on a player like Ben White, who is Rob Holding.
Yeah.
An Arsenal fan on Twitter saying fucking Ben White's a more sensible signing than Varane.
No,
but do understand some Arsenal fans do have about 1,000 chromosomes.
No, there is logic. There is logic to it to a degree. Now, let me explain. So, for a team like Manchester United, who need that final piece to go and win the title, to go win major trophies, getting a Varane is exactly what you need. For a team like Arsenal, who realistically are not going to challenge for a title or Champions League for a while, getting a player like Ben White, who will have more longevity, so he'll be at the club for longer, is a more sensible buy. Because what's the point of wasting all those wages and obviously a transfer fee is cheaper. For Arsenal, they would have probably paid 60 million or some weirdo like that. I just think that for Arsenal, getting Ben White is more sensible, because what is the point of them paying Varane 300, 400k a week when what difference is that going to make to Arsenal? Well, not a lot. They were already all right defensively. Going forward, they're a pile of wank. So what is the actual point of spending all that money on? What's that point of spending all that money on a centre back when they might as well just get a very much a cheaper option, but with that longevity that hopefully in the end of that rebuild, then they can go and get that Varane type player to be their final piece of jigsaw, like United, because that's what you've done. When you were in the rebuild, obviously I know you did weird shit but you never really, apart from Maguire, you never really went dumb. You bought Wan-Bissaka, that was longevity. You brought in Donny, that's longevity. Ahmad, longevity. Dan James, there was a link. They were all very much younger players. Half Cavani. Cavani was a panic buy. So it's two different situations. If Arsenal getting Ben White is the right option, I would have preferred them to have, from my point of view, I think they should have just got William Saliba, because to be frankly honest, if you look at him statistically, he plays exactly the way that Arteta wants to play. But for United, getting Varane is that final jigsaw, because as someone said, like Fergie said, defense wins you titles, and if you can actually sort that defense out, and do you know what? It benefits Wan-Bissaka, because his positioning is absolutely diabolical. His positioning defensively is some of the worst positioning I've ever seen in a right back. So maybe having someone like Varane who will kick him or scream at him, or I don't know, flying headbutt like Roy Keane, just to get him a stand at right back, might just be beneficial to him as well. Don't forget, these are two positions that benefit Wan-Bissaka mostly. The right wing for Sancho should benefit Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Varane, the right-sided centre-back, should benefit Wan-Bissaka. So Ollie is clearly, and you've seen that in all the games last season, the right side of your team was weak. because you only had Greenwood and he's more of an inside forward / number 9. So you did need to sort out that right side, and that is what Ollie has gone and done.
I mean, yeah, you make all interesting points. I mean, why I think we're getting world class.
Maguire's gonna be captain of a Champions League winner. That's a bit weird.
I mean, the thing about Varane is he's never, no disrespect to him, but he's never really been a leader. He's always been a second in command, really. Because when at Real, he was the
he's never had the opportunity. He's not the opportunity. Don't forget that Varane has never had the opportunity to be a leader. I reckon he can come into United, and whilst Maguire is that leader, I don't think he's that imposing in terms of I'm Harry Maguire and you must do as I say. There's not that sort of level of respect. Just ask Rashford. He'll happily tell Maguire to fuck off on the pitch with no fans in the stadium and allow us all to hear it. Absolutely beautiful moment that was. But I do think Varane can come in and sort of impose a bit of leadership himself. I think Ollie likes leaders. I don't think he necessarily likes that one leader. Look at Rashford. He's a leader. You look at Cavani. He's leading from the front. He leads with sort of the experience and that sort of do as I do and all of that. Like, give me that fucking ball for fuck's sake. How hard is it? He's probably sat there up front going, hello, can someone just pass me a ball, you bunch of wankers? So you've got like leaders all around the place. I think Varane just gives you even more at the back. You really needed that because, I mean, Lindelof has got about as much leadership as my left testicle.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. We're gonna talk about another rumored transfers. Like I said, we're still in the transfer window. We're still gonna keep it up. So the next has only Trippier and a CDM who is supposed to win the league. So pretty much, we just need a CDM really. That's that right. So, so yeah, we'll talk about Trippier first and foremost. We're rumored to sign him. Dom, would you like to have Trippier in our club and how much of a difference would he make to us as a club, or would he make any? Do you think? I might go.
What? Not even as a backup. Not even as a backup to Wan-Bissaka.
Fella, we've got Brandon Williams.
But he needs to go on loan. He needs to go on loan though.
We've got Diogo Dalot, whatever his name is.
Did you didn't watch Offending against Brentford, did you?
I didn't even realise we were playing.
Yeah, trust me, Dom. Dalot is not good enough for United. Ollie don't like Dalot anyway.
He was playing on the left back. To be fair, wasn't it?
Well, he's meant to be able to play on both sides, Matt.
I don't know, right? Trippier's a good player, but if we want to buy him, we've got the money to. So, and he's a United fan anyway. He grew up around the area, so I don't see
Gallo 2.0. A Gallo
2.0. Okay, Matthew, how do you see this Trippier deal going? And do you want Trippier at Man United?
Don't really want him, but if it's like for less than 20 million, I'd take him. We're back up to Wan-Bissaka. I don't want him anywhere near the starting 11. That would be dreadful.
I don't understand that.
It's Velvishwan's burner account.
So he's basically speaking to himself in the comments.
Pretty much.
Fuck knows.
Very sad.
Anyway, so you said your part now. What's your opinion on Trippier to United?
Look, is it a marquee signing? Absolutely not. Is it a signing that you lot should be getting excited about? No. Is it a good signing though? Yes, of course it's a good signing. Brandon Williams, as much as I love his shithousery and the fact they will happily chuck a player into a stands of their own stadium, that shithousery gets me happy. I love that shithousery. That's beautiful. We have that at Argyle. It is something of a beautiful sign to see that. Is he good enough for United? I think elements of him he is, but I think he just needs to get that game time to sort of cement himself as a right back. He came in as a left back. I think he needs that time away to really find himself as a footballer. I don't think he's not going to get that game time to necessarily find what he is in terms of, is he an attacking fullback? Is he a wing back? Is he a defensive fullback? He's probably got loads of questions himself about what he is on that right side. Now, Kieran Trippier, though, he's 31 years old. He's very good going forward, can play wing back, can play full back, can play on the left if needs be. So you've got so many different dimensions with Kieran Trippier in there. But the most important thing is he's still very good. You saw that with England. He's very much still probably got another 2-3 years left in him because he's genuinely a very good player. And I think that pushes Wan-Bissaka, because I think what Wan-Bissaka's currently finding is he's like, well, is Brandon Williams really going to jump above me? Well, no, because Ollie isn't going to be that brave. Maybe a Klopp or a Pep may be that brave, but I don't necessarily think Ollie is that type of person. Let's go, fuck it, I'm chucking in Brandon Williams ahead of Wan-Bissaka. Whereas, could you ask the question, well, would Ollie put Kieran Trippier in over Wan-Bissaka? Yeah, any day of the week he would. If he felt that would be best for the team, he would do that. But that's not a brave move. That's putting someone more experienced in a right back. So he wouldn't get slated for that. So it's a good signing. I'm also of the element of you shouldn't need to be negotiating this signing. What this signing should be is one of those signings that you've identified Kieran Trippier as the right back you want. The fee should be easily dealt with. You should be able to walk up to Atletico and go, here's the money we want Trippier for this much, and walk away with Trippier. You shouldn't need to you shouldn't need to do what you did with Dortmund and Varane, because they're massive signings. They're big signings that you do need to negotiate down. With Trippier, you shouldn't need to do that. You should be able to walk up, here's 15 million. We want Kieran Trippier. Thank you very much. Walk out. This deal should be, that's the thing. This deal should be really quickly done. So I just think if this is going to take time away from that investment or that time needed for finding that DM, I don't think it's worth it. I think you've got adequate backup in Brandon Williams or Dalot to then just focus on that DM. But if this deal can be done within a couple of days, do it.
It's a deadline day kind of thing, I think.
Yeah, just go, here's the money, thank you, we've got Trippier. If it's that sort of deal, then there's no issues with it. If it's a deal where you're going to have to sit down and negotiate, don't even bother, waste of your time. Yeah,
that's fair enough. As I mentioned, we do also need a CDM now. We'll start with Matthew. Obviously, Dom, he doesn't want to go first, I'd say. So we'll go with Matthew this time. And hey, I'm just saying the truth, my guy. So with CDM, right? How important is it that we get a CDM? And do you have any ones that you're looking at and you're like, United should get them?
I haven't really been. I saw a couple of links like Ruben Neves. No, he's not even a CDM, is he? He's like, is he a CDM? He's not.
No. He's more for Mike. He's more for the best player that reminds me of Neves is Michael Carrick. His reading of the game is very good, and he can pick out a good pass. But he's not a full-blown CDM.
The only proper CDM I still linked to is Declan Rice. I don't see us forking out what West Ham want for it. So I don't even know if we're going to sign a CDM, to be honest. I think we should sign one, but I don't see us signing one toward the end of the season. I can see us signing another midfielder, but not an out CDM, unfortunately.
That's fair enough.
Which is not good.
Dom, opinions on this? Since we let Matthew speak first.
For a CDM, I'd go Indeed. I just paid a 60 million Leicester valued him at personally.
Okay.
If Leicester have valued Indeed, a player of that sort, where we've seen 2 seasons where we fully noticed where Indeed is coming into, and how strong and how physical he is, and he can play by himself, where Tielemans will go forward. It's a win-win for situation for United, because then we don't have to rely on playing a double pivot in front of Varane Maguire. So Ndidi for 60 million is a better deal, in my opinion, than Rice for 100 million. And I don't think Rice will ever leave. I don't think he'll leave West Ham in the next 4 or 5 years. I really don't. I think he's going to be one of those players that either sticks at one club or he'll go where fucking Money Mount is, where he ends up in 5 years' time, just to suck his willy for like 5 minutes every year time. But Ndidi for me would be perfect.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I mean, I'd say number 2, judging the fact that he's not loyal to his country. But regardless, we move forward, don't we? The fucking rat. Anyway, Niall, your opinion?
I disagree with you all. I disagree that you need an Ndidi type player because he's an anchor man and you don't need an anchor man. What you need is you're thinking apparently Ollie's going to play that 4-3-3 in there. We've heard that apparently there's going to be a change of formation. So for that, you're going to probably end up playing them with what? Pogba, Bruno. You're probably going to play Pogba, Bruno in the middle with them. So you're going to want to allow them to go forward and to unlock their creative sort of attributes. Well, what do you need for that? Well, you need someone who's going to be able to pick out a long pass. Ndidi is not picking out one of them passes. Neves would. Then I have doubts on his defensive acumen. I don't think he'll be able to. I don't necessarily think he'll be able to do that DM on his own in the Premier League at Old Trafford and in the Champions League. Now, there's one player, and people are going to laugh and be like, oh my God, this is mad. There's one player in a financially fucked club who are almost hitting bankruptcy. Go to Barcelona. No. Jesus Christ, no. So go to Barcelona, walk up to them and go, we want Frankie de Jong. Here's 70 million. Right now, Barcelona can't reject it because right now, as the current affairs stand, they can't register Messi, they can't register Aguero, they can't register Depay because they've gone over on their wages. They're desperate. It's why they're trying to get fucking rid of Griezmann. Why do you think he's been offered to you, City, Chelsea, Atletico Madrid? They are desperate to get rid of a player. You walk up to Barcelona with 70 million and Frankie de Jong, you take him. You take Frankie de Jong, you try to be cheeky. None of you would have thought you'd have got Varane. You got Varane. So why walk up to Barcelona, give him 70 million, go, we want Frankie de Jong. He's on 400k a week, so you probably have to reduce his wages a little bit. But he's the exact player you need. Can play DM on his own. He's got the playmaking abilities that you need to pick out those long passes. He's not very good going forward, but that's not what you want him to do. You want him to sit in front of the defence, which he can do. He can also play centre-back if you are desperate for a centre-back. And he's also got the wide range of passing. He's got the passing of a Pogba. Maybe not as good as Pogba, but he's got that sort of level of passing. And he's got the defensive acumen of an Ndidi as a Declan Rice. So I think if United are smart about this, go pick up Frankie de Jong. That is what I would say, because there isn't any natural DMs out there. You've obviously got Declan Rice. There is a lot of doubts about him because his passing range isn't great, to be fair. Ndidi, again, that passing range isn't good enough. So there isn't really any incredible world-class DMs out there. So you might as well find the right player that is going to come in and do the job you need. And I think Frankie de Jong does that. And I've watched Frankie de Jong a lot. And whilst he isn't naturally a full-blown DM, he is good as a DM, though. With Barcelona, he's asked to play too advanced, so he's not good enough.
Yeah, because I think Busquets cannot play as much anymore, so they're going to put
Busquets.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, Frankie de Jong is, if you look at him at Ajax, you look at him at Holland, he's very much that player that will go forward if you ask him to, but he's not necessarily that type of player. But he is that type of player that can pick out a pass to a Pogba or Bruno, who can then, pick out that pass to Greenwood, Rashford, Sancho, Varane. So I just think a de Jong would be your best bet.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a non-English player that I have recommended you sign, RJ. Where's my cookie?
If only he wasn't Barcelona's golden boy, but whatever. JB
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're financially fucked.
Anyway, I'm not expecting Man United to win the Premier League next season, although a trophy must be won, and I do expect United to win and to at least challenge for the title and go far in the Champions League. Do you agree with this, lads, or do you think that's a bit undermining all of
Why can't we win the league?
I mean,
there's no.
I think if you don't get the quadruple, it's a complete failure by Solskjaer.
No, I think
Dom.
we.
Please, I'm just asking for normality, please.
I don't think we are going to win the league, but we should be closer to City than we have been for many seasons. Like, we should not be 12, 14 points behind them every
Let me
season.
ask you a question. Go player for player, right? Who's better, De Gea or Ederson?
Ederson.
Dean Henderson.
Wan-Bissaka, Cancelo.
Wan-Bissaka.
I love how you did
Varane.
Walker in that one.
Yeah.
Obviously not. Obviously not. Okay. Varane, Stones.
Varane.
Maguire, Diaz.
Maguire.
Diaz.
We all watched the Euros.
Diaz is overrated.
Right.
Diaz
Yeah, we did. Shaw, Zinchenko.
Oh,
Shaw.
Oh,
Right.
Mendy.
So DM. Let's just assume you pick
Rodri.
up like Neves or something. Let's just say you get Neves. So Neves or Rodri.
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 Okay. Bruno,
Oh, man.
KDB.
KDB.
Bruno.
Okay, that one's actually really close.
Yeah.
Pogba,
Gundogan.
Gundogan.
Pogba. Fuck Gundogan.
Oh.
I was just about to say, RJ. Are you sure? Okay,
Sure, man.
right wing, Sancho, Mahrez,
Sancho.
Oh.
Rashford,
No,
Sterling.
I know. I do prefer. I do like Mahrez, but I think
Yeah, but who cares? This is meant to be really quick. So Rashford, Sterling,
Rashi. These kids.
Rashford.
right?
I didn't want to say it.
Cavani to absolutely no striker at City, Pro Foden.
I was gonna say Jesus, but
Well,
I mean,
let's
yeah.
not be disrespectful. Let's not be disrespectful to Cavani. So what you're saying is United, apart from 3 or 4 players, have got a better squad. So why shouldn't you be above City?
That's what I said.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
then
you.
you put in like squad. Then you put in squad depth. I mean, their squad depth.
We should be in front of City. I said we shouldn't be so far behind him like we have for the past 2
Hey,
seasons.
you got Dan
Good
James.
point.
You don't need to worry about squad depth.
Fuck's sake.
Phil Jones
Alright.
back up centre back.
But realistically,
One
with this team that we've got now, we should not be 12, 14 points behind Manchester City.
Yeah. I agree. No,
We shouldn't be
that's
behind him. We shouldn't be behind him. We should be in front
We
of
should
him.
be pushing him. We should be pushing him to win every game.
To be fair, you lot did and ah over them, which I think is disgraceful. And Liam saying, read some comments, RJ. Yeah, RJ's a bit disgraceful, but
No, but we're having
Liam
a great
tells me off.
conversation, right? I'm literally seeing that
Liam,
Velvishon Mustafa
Liam.
fucking trying to kill him.
yeah, Liam says Rotherham away as an Argyle fan, can't wait for that. But got to get up halfway in the morning there. Yeah, that's it's gonna be a bit of a bummer.
All right, but we're gonna
Hey,
move on.
be nice to my fellow Jano. I swear to God, I'll come to Northern Ireland and kick your ass. And I'll invite RJ because I'm sure he'd like to kick your ass as well.
So this is the new kit for our 2021-2022 season. Dom, surely this is not the first time you've seen this.
I
It
hope
looks like a
not.
child who's literally just seen like candy for the first time ever. Like, what the fuck?
To be honest, I'm not surprised you did think it was the first time. I didn't even know we were doing friendlies this season with United.
Sure, you've definitely been taking advantage of the summer holidays, I'll tell you. But nah, sure. Look, opinions. What do you think, guys? Nice case. What do you think?
Everything
So
lovely
United
apart from
did
that
have a
fucking
great
logo.
2008, RJ, when we won the Champions League and the Premier League. So, knowledgeably, we are going to win the Premier League and Champions League this season.
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry.
This happened in 2000, yeah.
So we had that kit,
Don't talk.
the same red colour in 2008,
Yeah. Okay.
and we won the Premier League and Champions League with that colour.
Okay.
So, by my knowledge of this, we're going to win both again this season.
All right. Okay. I mean, but okay. So out of 10, how would you rate that case? Out of 6. A 6. Okay. Matthew, opinions and rating.
7.
Okay.
I'm gonna give 2. So with the sponsor, a 5. Without the sponsor, a 10. That sponsor destroys it.
For me,
that sponsor is an absolute disgust.
I'd probably give it a 7.5. I'd say I do like it.
Actually, RJ, I'll probably give it a 9 because that sponsor's also on the Mercedes AMG Petronas car. That's
oh my goodness.
Liam says the things we do for our goal, mate. No wonder we have to travel a longest distance every season.
All right.
This is true. No, I'm not a season ticket holder.
All right. So is there a away kit now?
There is
Okay.
actually an away kit here.
Oh,
Obviously, I picked your Starboy to be modelling it. Who is that guy?
Oh, that's Sir Daniel James. You know.
Out
That's
of
the-
everyone you choose,
that's
you
a
choose
Doncaster
Daniel
fan.
James.
To be fair, all I'm gonna say is if a career in football don't work out for him, he could probably model. Like he's actually probably a better model than he is footballer. I'm just gonna chuck that out there.
Anyway, we'll start with Dom again. Opinions on this shirt.
That kit is beautiful. That's like a 13 out of 10.
Okay, yeah. Matthew?
Yeah, like the team gear isn't even as bad on that one, to be fair. Yeah.
I agree, yeah. Niall?
Yeah, that's a sexy ass kit. Love it.
Yeah.
It's
and
really
finally
cold
for-
as well. It is a cold kit. You can just imagine
Should have more
Greenwood
shells
doing.
on
You can imagine
Yeah.
Greenwood. You can imagine
Yeah.
Greenwood or Cavani doing like a really cold goal, like just absolutely stone cold in
That'd be
that
hot,
shirt.
yeah.
Probably, I doubtful. I mean, he's probably. He shouldn't even put that shirt on. Knowing them, it'll probably be down the cop end, isn't it? Probably down the cop, ice cold finish, bottom corner. In that kit, it's just written in the stars, and not Dan James. He won't be doing it, but you know, someone with a bit more technical ability.
I mean, for me, look, it gives me 99 vibes, to be fair. So you never know, lads. Logic,
That gives you 99 vibes when you wore. What color was your away kit at 99? It certainly wasn't fucking blue.
No,
It was
the third
grey.
kit. The third kit was the blue one. Third kit was exactly
maybe.
like that. So yeah, no, like I said, for me it's a 10 out of 10, man. I love this kit, man. Genuine. Like I said, I think Dom said it. I think the team viewer is not ruined on it. It probably was
me.
I don't know. Okay. Don't worry.
You need to get this stuff right in the house, or else it'll be out. We want a new house. No.
To be fair, I agree. I like that team view. I actually, it looks better on that kit than the other one.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like for that one, it's just it's too visible. With that one, it blends in a bit better. I think they're using a different color red, aren't they? It's a different red, sort of like because it's white. It's white on the other kit, but it's a nice sort of darker red, sort of lighter red sort of thing. So it's a decent.
And third kit, I think.
The third kit, this one has been leaked, so I'm not sure if it's the official, but that is apparently what it's going to look like.
Hold on.
That's disgusting.
I like it. I don't know.
All right.
The away kit is definitely the best. We can all agree.
That was a goalkeeper kit. That was a goalkeeper kit, not it?
You clearly what you did. You put 2 designers on the home kit, about 14 on the away kit, and 1 on that kit. And this designer was a 2-year-old toddler.
I don't like
it. It's horrific. It's a disgusting kit. Let's just hope you don't wear it too often.
All right. But yeah, no, look. So that was our kits. Well, rumored for the last one, obviously.
This is true.
We're going to turn now to a certain man, John Murtough. So he was recently appointed as a. What was it? He was recently appointed at the end of last season, and quite frankly, I think we can all agree he's been doing some good business for us. There's been rumors and a lot of speculation that him and Fletcher have been very big parts of the Varane deal, especially. So, like I said, Matthew, in how would you rate John Murtough, like his time right now at United? How much he's been, he's been doing at United?
If he wasn't here now, we probably wouldn't have Varane done until next summer. So clearly he's doing a good job. So I don't want to give him 10 out of 10 because he still needs a CDM. So for now, 7 out of 10.
Okay, perfect. Dom is gone for now, but we all know that he definitely appreciates John Murtough for the work he's doing. Niall, what would you give John Murtough?
Yeah, I mean, if he gets a DM, then you probably have to. If he can get you a DM and Trippier, it's 10 out of 10. If he gets you just a DM, that's probably a 9. If he gets you just Trippier, that's probably an 8. And if he doesn't get either of them, it's a 7.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, you're absolutely right. I think I'd say a backup right back and a CDM. I think that's the way to do it.
Too much stuff has been going right for us. There's no way we're going to get a CDM at backup right back. Too much has been going right.
It will.
Can't have it all.
So we're going to just ask a quick question, right? Last question before we move on to what we do with the players. There's like we have a little thing we have at the bottom, right? But don't worry. So we'll just say this now. Dom, we'll start with you first. Will we win the league? Yes or no?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's on here this year. Yeah.
Matthew, will we win the Premier League? Okay.
Yeah, and the Champions League.
I'll give my prediction when I do the preview next Monday.
Okay. Dom, will we win the UCL?
Not this year, no, but next year we will.
Okay. Matthew.
Yeah, and then the Super Cup the year after. I have not learned.
No, you have not. Do you see any other domestic cups, Dom? FA Cup, Carabao Cup this year come to United?
Oh, I think you'll win the Champions League.
We're not winning the Guardiola Cup. We're not winning the Guardiola Cup.
You will win the Champions League this year, I think.
I've got a feeling, even if Pep Guardiola sat out an under-12s team, they'll still win the Pep Guardiola Cup. But,
yeah, okay.
FA Cup, knowing us, we won't. But because we'll get like Yeovil Town away and get beat or something stupid like that. But I think the main priority is Premier League and Champions League this year. That's
fair, yeah. Matthew, any other domestic cups?
The Community Shield after we win the Premier League. Yeah. Does the Super Cup count as a domestic cup as well?
No, because it's not based in England.
It's also not this season. Well, it is, but you would have been in it, but you sort of didn't.
Anyway, to be fair, the funny thing is, it's actually in Northern Ireland, like the Super Cup.
I know.
Liam saying we are getting 6 points. Liam saying we'll get 6 points off the Wheel Club this season. He's also part United as well. He's like one of these. He's an Argyle boy, but he likes United. No, not like me. Don't be so.
Anyway, and finally, we'll just talk about Ollie for a minute, right? So he was given a new contract, obviously. Deserved, or do you think we should have been more cautious, Dom?
No, it is deserved. He's actually making us step the way that we were in the past. And he's got the right vision for Manchester United, and I've always said that I always back Ollie, even if he wins, loses, or draws. And you still see fans to the day, even when it was given a new contract, saying, why is the manager? We could have Conte, we could have Allegri, we could have Zidane. But what's the point of starting over again with all these managers when we've got a manager here that wants the vision of Manchester United, knows the vision? Yes, he might need to be a bit more strict to the players, especially after a loss, but it's his player management that's going to get Paul Pogba to sign another contract this summer. And to keep Paul Pogba for a team that wants to go win the title and go into the Champions League far, it's a big thing to do because not a lot of managers will be able to do it.
Yeah, well said, Matthew.
Wasn't long enough. Should have been an 8-year contract. Was not long enough. Wasn't long enough.
But we can definitely tell that Matthew is a big fan of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Niall?
I think you should have hired Jose. No, I'm joking. Could you imagine Pogba's face if Jose walks back through the door? He'll be like, oh yeah, you know that deal that PSG want to do? Fucking get me there. I'm out. No, you can't have a manager go into his last year. That is always going to be uncertainty. That's never a good thing. You all know the questions that he would get. Oh, Ollie, you're into your last year of your deal. What's happening with your contract? Oh, I don't know about that yet. I don't know about that. It just breeds too much uncertainty. You had to deal with it. If you give him an extra year, that's not enough because then you're going through the same issue again come next season. 2 years, yeah, that might have been a good idea just in case it don't work out. But 3 years, he's not that expensive, is he? He's not like he's on Jose money. So, I mean, severance pay shouldn't be too bad if you if you do need to sack him. So, yeah, I'd say a 3-year deal is quite fair. As I said, you couldn't have him going into his last year. 1 year isn't enough. 2 years, yeah, sure, but that's not really much better either. 3 years is quite a good one. You couldn't have been more than 3.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Saul Matthew, seriously, okay. We're gonna do we're just gonna sort out these players, all right? So if you need any help, we'll explain what we're gonna do. So I'm guessing the green is keep, loan is yellow, and sell is
ironically, it's actually really fucking self-explanatory. So you go through the list and you decide if you want to keep them, loan them, or sell them. Now, just in case you didn't know, there's a degree at the end of it. No, I'm joking. I'm guessing you start here, and you just go with whoever's in that spot. It's just a lot easier.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's Bailly, the first one.
Really, your eyesight is woeful if you can tell that's Eric Bailly.
But I don't have this full screen. I just have that in the tiny one. Oh yeah, that is Eric Bailly. Yes. I'll go first, and we can go down alphabetically. So, or not down the Okay. Should be going last? I know. Well, okay. Anyway,
go down the line.
So yeah, so we'll go by. I mean, would it be that bad to sell him? I mean, he's injury prone as hell. Would you sell him? I'd sell him.
It's your choice. Yeah.
Put him in sell.
Val says, Dom, can I cut your hair? What a strange question.
He just gets weirder every stream, and it's weird.
Yeah.
I would sell Eric by.
I would sell him.
I would keep him, but
he's going to sell anyway. It doesn't matter what you think. Man.
To be fair, he did like he was questioning why he's not starting, and I started to laugh my head off. Like. Anyway, now you go next.
That is Amad Diallo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your turn. You can choose.
Oh.
We're doing it like...
No, we all pick. So we all say it, and then majority vote picks it. So Amad Diallo.
Keep.
Irish schools really needs to be doing it.
I would have said loan. I think a loan move to a Premier League club.
I'd say keep.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's 2-2 now.
Okay.
Coin toss.
What do we just
I've got the perfect thing for this.
Heads or tails?
Do I
nah.
Should we
I've got spinner wheel
and then see what happens there?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'd love
let's
that.
Have a cock off. No, let's have a cock off. And then we all walk out and we've got the longest slog gets to decide where it goes.
Well, yours is 1 inch, so you'll probably go lose.
I know. So RJ's got a back. We've got longers on him.
We should do a porn watch along now then.
Shut up, man.
We were to do.
So
he just talked about getting a cock out, and you're telling me to shut up.
Right. So I've got this beautiful thing called a name spinner. So actually, I've labelled them all.
A or B.
Oh, yeah, turn that down. It's clapping. A bit like Don. What?
Bit like Matthew's mum.
Wow.
With a fucking cat food smelling clip.
Right, and it says keep. So Amad Diallo is apparently being kept.
That's uncalled for. Keep.
Okay. All right. Okay. So AWB, lads, come on. I say we keep. Come on, man.
Keep. Everyone said keep.
Brandon Williams.
Loan.
Keep.
Loan.
That's fair, well, yeah.
Matt.
I said loan, yeah.
He's
Oh.
Loan.
Yeah, Eddie.
Chong.
No, I'd loan out Bruno Fernandes.
Well, I mean those two were really fucking. Those two were really fucking selfish. So.
Loan. He's already gone on loan.
I think you should sell him. Well, I know he's gone out on loan, but I'd have sold him.
Going to Birmingham.
He's so shit. Diego Dalot.
I'd keep him. Probably if we don't.
I'd say sell. I'd sell. I'd sell him.
I'd say loan for another season, one more, and then if he's
so, Matt, what did you say?
Sell.
So it's 2 loans, 2 sales.
Again.
And it is loan.
Hooray! 2 in a row.
Awful. He's genuinely awful.
David De Gea.
Keep.
Sell.
Of course he's too fucking like fucking.
Yeah, it's actually landed on sell, so you got to sell David De Gea.
Fuck.
Right,
these two, the middle two, the middle two. Henderson's like the second coming of Christ, like.
Ilanga.
Keep.
I'd put him out on loan. I'd give him a loan.
I'd loan him. He's very good, but loan.
Matt?
Keep.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just get the phone off still.
Yeah, I have, don't worry.
The coin, hold on.
And that has landed on keep. So you're keeping Ilanga. Fred?
Sell.
I'd sell him.
Adios, amigo. Oh my god.
Dom?
Of course you want to be different, alright? Of course you want to be different.
I would keep him. Why would
Dom, are you selling?
Yeah, I'm selling him.
Right, cool. The Fred's gone. James Garner?
Low.
Hannibal.
I would loan Mason Greenwood.
Oh, no, it's Greenwood. It's Mason Greenwood, actually.
I was going to say,
yeah, it's easy. Hannibal
looks a bit weird.
Yeah. Hannibal. Loan, I'd say, yeah. Probably best for him.
Tom Heaton.
Sell him back to Burnley.
He's better than De Gea.
Yeah, I'd keep him. You need a backup, don't you? Dean Henderson.
Sell.
I'd keep him.
Me?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Me or RJ said sell?
I don't keep
yeah, it's just for bands.
Oh, you're
I said keep.
Daniel James.
You smell like alcohol. I can smell you through the screen.
Val says Odom ran me with that dom.
Oh my god, man.
So on to Daniel James.
Keep. Loan.
I'll keep him. There's no point loaning him out. Phil Jones.
Sell. He's on 150 grand a week.
Now say keep. Now say keep.
Sell.
I am not keeping Phil Jones. Lee Grant.
There should be a thing called retire. We should literally let him retire.
Loan. No loan.
How many got loan him out? He's literally 49.
You might as well just keep him. He's not got long left on his deal, has he? Victor Lindelof.
Keep. He can be.
I'd keep him if you've sold Eric Bailly and Phil Jones. You go on some depth behind Varane and Maguire, aren't you?
Keep.
Yeah.
Keep.
Jesse Lingard.
Keep.
We need the jailing stock in it.
We need the squad depth, basically.
Luke Shaw. Yeah. Anthony Martial. I'd sell him.
Loan.
Where are you going to loan him?
Sell. No, let's go double. Sell. Get it out of my
Keep. Or do I say keep?
No, you can say keep. Go on.
I said keep.
I did. Right. It's landed on sell.
I'm here.
So
You've been
either way,
it's nearly over, mate.
Either way, if you say sell him, he's sold anyway, and if it's a draw, he's sold anyway. So, one matter.
Keep.
Loan.
for squad depth.
Who's the best player in the Premier League? It's you, it's you,
Nemanja Matic.
Sell
Keep
because they would
I'd
not
keep
get
him for
The
squad depth.
guy gets the ball
Keep him.
every single time and goes backwards.
Potato,
He's like a
potato.
suburban fucking
Do you want to
Rodri.
sell him then?
Sell
Yeah.
him.
Okay, so what? Hold on. So RJ, are you selling or keeping Matic?
I don't know because I just like who's actually going to be our CDM?
He might get us a new defensive midfielder though if he sells him. That's what Fabrizio said. So I want to sell him.
Well, Fabrizio's fake.
Washed
He doesn't
up
know anything
anyway.
about Sancho, anyway.
Fabrizio, a tapping merchant fella.
Yeah. Yeah, no, here, sell him. Okay,
Yeah.
no point.
Right, I'd say sell. Matt?
Everyone
Sell.
says sell.
So,
Right. Scott McTominay?
keep.
I'd keep him.
Keep mix sauce.
Good
That's
backup.
what
The mix sauce.
Pilastri?
loan.
Loan,
Loan.
I'd put him
Never
out on
sell.
loan.
Apparently
Never.
he's doing really well though.
Yes. Yeah, but like I said, give him one whole season where we can get him to play football because he won't play football at United. But if we let him play and we see him,
Yeah.
like I say he's a baller, man. People give him people need to give him respect.
And Andres Pereira?
Sell his time at United.
Hell.
Pre-season Perlo needs to get out of my club, man. That's why we should just tell him that every season is a bloody pre-season game. Every single game.
Kenny, has anyone told your
Pogba?
mum that her vagina's like a yawning dog?
Fuck off.
Fuck you know. Paul Pogba?
Loan.
There should be like a thing like where like Riola, so we can send to Timbuktu, like.
Rashford?
Do for the kids.
You want to do it for the
Sancho?
kids, RJ? You Peter.
I'm still loan him out, man.
Nah,
I know it's play base.
That's you, Matthew.
Short tire.
Loan.
Loan.
What do you do?
These two.
Loan.
Loan into
Yeah,
like
to loan.
a lower Premier League.
Tell us.
I reckon keep for squad depth.
Who's going to be the backup? For
Axel Twanzebe. I mean, if you've sold Bailly and you've got rid of, well, 1 minute. If you've sold Bailly and you've sold Phil Jones, you've only got one more backup centre back, which is Lindelof.
Yeah.
So surely you're going to want to keep him as a backup.
Loan him for the boys. Come on. So we can find some oldies from like the backers.
Varane.
I reckon sell him. Get him out of my club, man. Awful centre back.
Do you know, it was going so well until Kenny joined. Donny van der Beek.
Keep. We have to keep Donny.
Right, so the best bit of this, I've done this with the other two. You've now got to somehow sell me those players at the bottom. So tell me how much you want for them, and I'll tell you how much I'll pay. So Eric
Buy 25 mil.
I reckon.
Fuck off! I'm not giving you 25 million for buying.
15
15. 15.
I'll say 15.
15 mil plus 10 pound every injury he gets.
No, that'll bankrupt whatever club I'm with. David De Gea.
That would go for
40.
Because it was weird.
I'll give you 35 because I've got to somehow pay more wages for him.
38
million. 37 done deal.
I'll give you 35. Fred?
You can have him for free.
Free, man. Get him out free. We'll pay you.
We'll pay you 10 million to take, Mike.
I'll pay 15 for Fred.
Okay.
I mean,
right. Phil Jones, you're not persuading me to buy Phil Jones.
We'll pay you 20.
I mean, no, look, here, have this.
We'll pay you
You're getting a Premier League winner, right? You're getting a man who has
RJ, you either release him or I'm just going to get Axel.
We'll pay you 30 million. We'll pay you 30 million.
Do you know why? It was so easy when he wasn't here. Anthony Martial.
You can have him whatever price you fucking fancy.
I'll give you 30 mil.
45? No.
Get fucked.
What do you
Matic.
mean get fucked?
11 million.
Free.
5 million. 5.5 million, that's it.
Yeah, I'll give you 5. Pereira.
22.
15.
A packet of crisps, I'd say, would be nice, to be fair.
22.
I'll give you 10. So
10 million? Fucking hell, that's ambitious.
I'm not giving you more than 10 million for Andres Pereira. You're taking the piss. So you lot have raised 30, 65, 70, 80, 90, 110 million. How would you like to spend your money?
Buy Declan Rice.
Go to the casino, bet it all.
Well, no. What players would you like to buy in with 110 mil?
Declan Rice.
Well, Trippier, 100%.
So Trippier,
15
Declan
million.
Rice.
Bring a gallery
Right.
home.
Trippier for 15. Right. So you've got 95 mil left.
Rice for 60 plus Lingard.
No, shut up. No. Wilmar Barrios for 25.
Rice is Rice is
Hold on.
good.
If you've got 95 million, why don't you just go get Frankie de Jong off Barcelona? It's going to cost you about 70, 80 mil.
Just getting Diddy.
To be fair, he might.
And to be fair, de Jong is what, 24, I think. So you're going to get 6, 7, 8 years out of him, and he's going to be world class.
Actually, yeah, I would go for De Jong then.
Yeah, okay, De Jong, right? How much is De Jong? How much?
You probably get him for 70 mil.
He won't want
So
to come
that-
to England. He won't want to come
So
to
that
England.
is. Hold on.
No,
If you've got Donny van der Beek and Donny could play well with Frankie de Jong as well. Don't worry about that.
Frankie de
So
Jong's
you've
seen
got-
how Donny's been treated.
So that is, you've got 30, no, 70. So you'd have 45, 25 mil left.
What about a backup centre back? Because we got rid of Swansea.
No, I'd
So-
say go for Wilmar Barrios from Zenit St. Petersburg.
No.
Yes. He's
You're such a
he's
hipster. You're such a hipster.
Shut up! You
Yeah,
don't know half of that where you can.
I think.
Well, listen, for 50 mil, he's a good bargain, lad.
We have 3 centre backs though. We have
Yeah, no,
3.
he can play centre
Yeah,
back and he can play CDM.
No, I do feel like you need to get a centre back if you've
So who do you get
done
for
that.
15
What's
mil?
centre
Who
back
do you
are
get?
there?
Who do you get for
Getting
15
experienced
you-
centre back. Like,
Benucci.
can't think of top of my
No.
head.
Shut up.
Um,
Could we get Pau Torres in, do you think?
What about
Nah,
Not for that much.
not for 15. I know this is gonna sound. Mad, but as a backup, as a fourth choice backup, it's not completely mad. Nat Phillips would do a job.
Fuck off. I'm not having
Hold
that
on.
overgrown
Hold
donkey
on.
in my
Is-
club, man.
Oh no, he's a fourth choice centre back who's
How
barely
about
going to
that?
play because it's not exactly like you're going to be
Counter.
dropping Varane or Maguire. Well, name me a better centre back for 15 mil then.
Lascelles.
15 million. What about
Ben Mee.
You're taking.
What
Ben-
about
Ben Mee is actually better than them, to be fair.
Yeah, but they
Um,
don't
I'd
charge 50.
take. Oh, what's his name?
I'm confused here, man.
I'd take Ogban,
Lewis
I'd
Dunk.
say.
Hey, Lewis Dunk is Dan Burn. He's good.
Fabian Schär. You can get Fabian Schär for about 15 million.
I'd say, yeah, 20 million would be a shout, to be fair, for Fabian Schär. Plus the experience.
Yeah.
What, you're leaving us with no money? Like, what the fuck?
Well, your comments help us, lads. Someone in the comments help us.
Yeah, no, look, here.
Well,
look at it.
you could be smart, spend that money elsewhere and just not loan out Tuanzebe.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
hard.
I mean,
Don't let out of Xavier, then we wouldn't be having this
then
conversation. Can we put him in the
get
tier?
Wilmar Barrios as a backup.
Yeah, so you might as well just keep Tuanzebe
Yeah.
and bring in Barrios for 15 million.
Yes. Right, yeah.
There you
Barrios sound good, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
being
go
back
sorted.
to the thing. Yeah, there you go.
What a transfer window that'd be. Like, imagine, man.
That would be an insane transfer window. So you've kept Diallo, AWB, Bruno, Cavani, Elanga, Greenwood, Heaton, Henderson, James, Grant, Lindelof, Lingard, Shaw, Maguire, Mata, McTominay, Pogba, Rashford, Sancho, Telles, Varane, Tuanzebe, and Donny. You've loaned out Brandon Williams, Chong, Dallo, Garner, Hannibal, Plestri, and Shotier, whatever you call him. And then you've sold Eric Bailly, David De Gea, Fred, Phil Jones, Anthony Martial, Nemanja Matic, and Andres Pereira.
I think
that's a lot of dead wood walking out of your door if you manage to do that.
I changed something. To be fair, there is a good list. To be fair, apart from just maybe sell Lingard because I think that's better for his career. But other than that, it's a good list.
It may be, but the only thing I would have with Lingard, right? I would have probably sold Mata. To be fair, I would have probably just tried to got 5 million for him because I've been thinking about this whole Lingard bullshit situation. And theoretically, you haven't got a replacement for Bruno. Like, you haven't got a backup to Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you play the 4-3-3, that doesn't really matter because you can just put McTominay or you could put in, worst case, Fred or Matt or Matic or whoever to do that role. Whereas if you're going to continue playing Bruno in the 10, you need a 10 to replace him, and Mata hasn't got the legs to do the 10 role anymore. So
you sort of who's the best player in the Premier League? It's you, Mahrez.
But you do need that backup for Bruno. So the more I've been thinking about it, the more I would probably keep Lingard. But if the right offer came in, like if the right team, let's say a team offered you 30 million for Lingard, I'd probably accept that and then just maybe not loan out Hannibal. Maybe just keep Hannibal as backup to Bruno. That's the way I'd do it. Unless you got 30 million or you use Lingard in some deal to get whoever, I'd probably keep him. It's more beneficial to keep Lingard and sell out Hannibal if you think more long term, because it's better for Hannibal to get game time first team like all the time than it is for Lingard. Whereas Lingard could easily do the job as backup to Bruno quite easily. And it means Bruno can rest a lot. Because you could have Lingard against a West Brom or, a Norwich or Watford or in the Cup or in like some games in the Champions League. So I think squad balance, and for Bruno more importantly, because you saw the drop-off Bruno had last season, I just think it's a bit more wiser to keep Lingard. But I have thought about that properly, unlike Kenny.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to end it here, lads. Thank you so much for watching. So we'll start off. Now, where can they find you? No, sorry, Matthew.
Oh, you can find it on Twitter now. Oh, dear. Hold on, who did you start with? It cut out. Did you start with me?
No, I accidentally took out Matthew because you got rid of the shirt.
Oh, I was like, what the hell are you on about? Yeah, you can find me on Twitter now, _PAFC, and obviously, like, on this channel. It is my channel. He hosts this show.
I certainly do.
And he wants to do a porn watch along. and he's getting fucked by Velvet Swan.
Don, where can I find you? Other than Velvet Swan.
You can find me on most places. Most places, to be honest.
Porn up.
Either.
Only
I remember that one.
Oh my god.
My Instagram's like Dom or so it's like my Dom or something like that. Anyway. But yeah, something like that. But go on.
Yeah, don't worry.
That is one of the best and most informative ones I've ever had on this show in terms of giving out their socials.
At least he didn't give away his Snapchat. All right, moving on. Matthew, where can they find you?
Just MSC6921 on Twitter.
Gilfie Sigurdsson's house.
Okay. And Kenny, where can they find you?
You can find me at Sancho TREBLE, which is one of my meetings now. Kenny TV on YouTube and Kenny United on Twitch. And don't worry, I'm not anywhere. This room. I know it's dark, but it's not.
He's in Jimmy. he's in Jimmy Savile's mental asylum.
You can find Kenny's mother's
Pictures.
wide
Piss off.
OnlyFans at Rolling Dog.
All right. Okay.
It's got teeth.
And you can find me at
Kelly, have you paid for your mum's subscription?
Okay, thank you so much for everyone.
Have you paid the subscription to watch your mother?
Shut up.